Oh, here we are.
Hello. I hope we're live. Okay. Hey, you guys. Good evening. I'm not here with Jim. Or actually, Jim has gotten much prettier. So welcome you guys tonight. And we have a photo bomber in the background as well. I'm going to put... Hey, Karen. Okay. So we're here tonight. I'm joined by business partner and dear friend Veronica, and we're going to talk tonight about the executive experience. It's a brand new Facebook group. Don't panic when we say Facebook group. Don't panic when we say Facebook group. It's going to be a 30-day Facebook group, and this is real life. We have a little boy who's interrupting the Facebook Live video.
Yeah, so I will take over here.
So, hey, Bethany. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to tell a little bit about kind of what to expect with the executive experience, kind of give you guys a little bit of overview about what this is going to be. And then Veronica's going to talk a little bit about maybe who's a good candidate for the executive experience. And we'll talk about when it starts and all of the good fun stuff too in the end too. Okay, yes. So you want to talk a little bit about who might be a good candidate for participating in the executive experience?
Yeah, so we're so excited. Hi guys, I'm so glad y'all are here joining us live. Anyway, so who's a good candidate? A good candidate is going to be somebody who is interested maybe in sharing or possibly going a little further and maybe even building a business. And so what this is going to offer is just that step-by-step, what do you need to do to kind of get to that next level? And maybe you haven't had anybody tell you how to do that. And so that's what we're going to try and do, is we're going to try and help you get to that next level and feel confident moving forward. Or maybe you're just thinking about the business and you're not even sure, you're kind of thinking about it. This is a perfect opportunity with not any kind of stress or demands where you could learn a little bit more on how to kind of take that to the next level and feel comfortable and have other peers to ask questions to. We will be on the page. We will be answering your questions. We will be able to just give you insight and kind of hold your hand through this. And that way you might have somebody else who you've been sharing with also who might be interested. Maybe you're not interested, but maybe you have someone who you've enrolled who might be interested. This is a perfect opportunity for you to tap into this resource, because this is for anybody and everybody who's in Amy's downline. So anybody on my team, anybody on
Jenny, Amy Culp, and Melissa, Jennifer, you guys, anybody who is in really in this group. I know most of you are here in our downline. So, but this is also going to be for people maybe who maybe you have already reached executive, which is the reason for the title of the group, the executive experience. Maybe you've already reached executive before, which is one of the first ranks to reach with doTERRA. Mm-hmm. But maybe you feel like you need a little refresher course. Maybe you need a little jump start, a regroup. And so this would be good for you as well. And this is not necessarily a new system that we're taking over or putting in place necessarily. In fact, we got this great idea from some other leaders on our team. Shout out to Rachel and Andy Hawes for doing a great example of this before and kind of spurring some inspiration from this. But we've taken some of the best parts that we've taken from Business Camp, which is part of the Oil Camp series that we've been doing over the last few months. And then we've taken some great parts from the executive experience as well, and we've kind of recreated a 30-day series for you guys. So, but this is not necessarily a replacement for the Emerge sales training that we've been talking about and that we've been doing. This is really just meant to be a 30-day kind of walking you through group effort where you're going to kind of build some community with other people who are all in the same spot as you are. And that really helps you feel like you're not doing this all by yourself.
Yeah. That's so important, right? Because a lot of times on this journey we feel so alone, and you're not. And so that's really going to help just build that camaraderie and brainstorm too, and give you some tips on how to do that, because we have been there. And sometimes we still get stuck, and we bounce things off each other. So that's a perfect opportunity for you guys then to have that opportunity to hear other people's ideas too of how you can maybe incorporate something that you haven't tried in your own.
And who knows, maybe the connections that you make there. We've made some of the best connections and relationships with people who weren't even necessarily in our downline or in our upline. And so you may make some really great connections with people that you can kind of help be accountable to each other. Okay. When does this start?
So we are planning on starting this September 1st. So what a better time, right?
Very quickly approaching.
Yes. And hopefully it's a good time because kids go back to school, at least in this area, August the 28th. So that's a great time to just jump back in, start some kind of, goals and expectations, and just clean slate, new month, perfect time.
So, so it starts September 1st and then goes through the 30th.
Yes.
Okay, so if somebody wants to sign up for this, Veronica, you want to tell a little bit about how they can get signed up?
Yeah, so a couple ways we're going to do some personal emails. You might get a personal email actually invited to the group. We want you to ask your upline or do a text or a message to your upline saying that you're interested in joining the group. We're going to have a closed group that hasn't been created yet, but it will be. And as soon as we know that you're interested, you will then be added to the group. If you don't have an upline or you're not sure who your upline is, which is sometimes happens, reach out to me, Veronica Ackley, or Amy Miller, and we will happily get you plugged in. So, yeah. Those are the couple of ways that we're going to do that.
Now, this is a 30-day commitment, but whether you are doing this business as kind of a hobby and maybe putting in 3 to 5 hours a week into it, or whether you're doing this 10 to 15 plus hours, this is going to work for you. But it is a 30-day commitment, and we want you guys to commit to that because we're committing to you with that. So before we say, well, does anybody have any questions that you want to ask? We'll give you guys a few minutes to maybe ask a question that you might have about executive assurance. Maybe we didn't cover everything.
And can I say this too? I'm just, I know a few of you have gone through oil camp, and I know that you're getting lots of friends who are asking lots of questions about oils, or they're using oils. This is just a great opportunity to say, oh my gosh, I have people asking me about these wonderful gifts. Now what? This is the now what. This is where you can build on that. And so really, I just encourage you to not take advantage of that situation, but I think what I'm seeing is people are reaching out, and you really want to support them, especially your friends and your family. And if you can do that, do that. And this is a perfect opportunity to do that.
Okay, no questions. Even if you have questions watching this after the replay, post your questions. And Veronica and I will be reviewing these after, so we'll be happy to answer any questions that you guys have. There will be giveaways throughout the few weeks, and we can't tell more stuff even though we want to. But for those of you who do reach executive at the end of those 30 days and then are able to maintain it the following month in October, there will be big rewards in store in November for those people. So,
yes. And so, Karen, yes, absolutely.
You're going on
if you're going to be gone for a little bit, you can catch up. Just go back, make sure that you've commented after you read, so we know that you were catching up with whatever it is that you missed. But that's not a problem. We all have our lives and things keep going, and you just kind of keep doing that.
Karen, that's a great question that you asked too. And we already have those kind of in place. During the 30 days, we have some catch-up days already installed.
Yes.
So that you can have those days that like Veronica said, life happens, and then you have that kind of time in to kind of catch up and get going. Bethany, another really great question: what equates to executive? We're going to address that when we start executive experience as well, but we can give you a little bit of information about that right now too. So executive is any volume that is under you that equates to 2,000 in volume. So that's what you order plus anybody who you've enrolled orders equals 2,000, which is essentially around $2,000. And you know, a lot of people can reach that in a month's time. So that's why we're giving you guys the tools to be able to do that. And so awesome, Karen. We're glad to have you a part of it. So if you guys don't have any more questions, we will be, like Veronica said, be reaching out to specific people that we think would be great candidates for this. But if you also want to participate and maybe you don't have an active upline, or you're not sure who to reach out to Veronica and or I, and we'll help you get plugged in and get started. Bethany, I need more people. My mom can't purchase that much. Yes, one person typically will not be purchasing that much. Although sometimes people who get started sometimes will enroll with bigger kits and really kind of want to take over their whole medicine cabinet. But
well, and that's definitely doable. That's going to be part of our training. You know, like how do you get then more people to get to executive? So that's going to be part of it. So this is made for you, Bethany.
Yes.
Really, it's going to be great.
Yeah. Okay, you guys. Well, thanks for being on with us, and stay tuned for more info with the links and everything. And we'll see you guys getting started on September 1st.
Bye.
Bye.